Years passed, and the village once vibrant with life now lived under the constant shadow of fear. The forest, once a source of sustenance and mystery, became a place no one dared to enter. Kwami's tragic fate became a legend, a cautionary tale told around fires to scare children and remind the villagers of the ancient forces that lurked in the shadows. Adwoa had found refuge in a distant village, trying to build a new life. But she could never escape the memories of her home, the love she once had, and the darkness that had enveloped her past. She knew deep down that she could not run forever. One night, driven by a sense of duty and a lingering connection to Kwami, Adwoa decided to return to her village. She packed her belongings and set out, her heart heavy with apprehension. Upon her arrival, Adwoa found her village changed. The once lively marketplace was quiet, and the faces of the people were filled with fear and resignation. She sought out her grandmother, Nana Efua, who was now frail and haunted by her own actions. The reunion was bittersweet, filled with tears and unspoken sorrow. "Nana," Adwoa said, her voice trembling, "I have come back to end this. The curse, the darkness, it must be undone." Nana Efua, her eyes clouded with age and regret, nodded slowly. "I feared you would come back," she whispered. "The spirits are restless, and the forest hungers for more. You must be careful, child. The path you seek is fraught with peril." Determined to right the wrongs of the past, Adwoa prepared herself for the journey. Nana Efua gave her an amulet, a powerful talisman blessed by the spirits of light, to protect her from the malevolent forces in the forest. With a heavy heart and a resolute spirit, Adwoa ventured into the forest, the place where her love story had turned into a nightmare. The forest seemed to recognize her, its trees whispering in a language only she could hear. As she delved deeper, the shadows grew thicker, and the air colder. The spirits of the forest, sensing her presence, began to stir. They taunted her, showing her visions of Kwami's torment and her own deepest fears. But Adwoa, strengthened by the amulet and her resolve, pressed on. After days of navigating the treacherous terrain, she reached the heart of the forest, the same clearing where Kwami had met his fate. The ancient, twisted tree stood before her, its glowing core pulsating with an eerie light. Adwoa felt a surge of dread as she approached, the spirits circling around her like vultures. "Adwoa," a voice echoed, deep and resonant. She recognized it as Kwami's, but distorted, filled with anguish. "Why have you come?" "I have come to free you, Kwami," she replied, her voice steady. "And to end the darkness that has consumed our village." The spirits laughed, a cold, cruel sound that chilled her to the bone. "You cannot undo what has been done," they hissed. "The heart of the forest binds him to us. To free him, you must take his place." Adwoa felt a surge of despair. The price was too high. But as she looked into the glowing core, she saw not only Kwami's suffering but the suffering of her entire village. She realized that only a great sacrifice could break the curse. With tears streaming down her face, Adwoa made her decision. She grasped the heart of the forest, its power surging through her. The spirits recoiled, sensing her determination. "I offer myself in exchange for Kwami," she declared. "Let him go and take me instead." The spirits, hungry for a new soul, agreed. The darkness began to envelop Adwoa, her vision fading as she felt herself being pulled into the heart of the forest. But as her consciousness slipped away, she saw Kwami, his form emerging from the shadows, free at last. Kwami, now released from the curse, felt a wave of sorrow and gratitude. He rushed to Adwoa, but it was too late. She had given herself to save him and the village. The spirits, satisfied with their new prize, receded into the depths of the forest, leaving Kwami alone in the clearing. With a heavy heart, Kwami carried Adwoa's lifeless body back to the village. The villagers, seeing the sacrifice she had made, mourned deeply but also felt a renewed sense of hope. The forest, no longer as menacing, seemed to honor the sacrifice, and the shadows receded. Kwami, forever changed by Adwoa's love and sacrifice, became a guardian of the village. He dedicated his life to ensuring that the darkness would never return. Nana Efua, heartbroken by the loss of her granddaughter, spent her remaining days trying to make amends with the spirits, seeking a way to honor Adwoa's memory. Adwoa's tale became a legend, a story of love, sacrifice, and redemption. The village, though scarred by the past, found a way to heal and thrive, always remembering the brave girl who faced the darkness and brought back the light.